Hi everyone, Ahmad Sadiq of Land Trust Title of Central Florida. Let's talk title. Today I wanted to spend some time talking about a really important part of what we're doing here at the title company, which is issuing a title policy. The process of issuing a title policy and what policies are actually being issued after closing. The purpose of a title policy, whether it's a owner's policy, which is going to benefit the new owner, the buyer of the property, or the lender's policy, which is going to benefit the lender if the buyer is using a lender, the purpose of the policy itself is to make sure that if there are any claims made on legal ownership of the property, the buyer or the lender are protected and don't have to expend their own resources to defend their legal ownership or their legal right to the property. So during the course of a typical transaction at the title company, we're going to be spending time researching the property, the buyers and the sellers, to ensure that there isn't any issues related to the property. However, if for any reason after the buyer takes ownership of the property, there's anyone knocking at the door and saying, hey, for one reason or another, I have an ownership right into this property, the new homeowner of the property or the lender itself doesn't have to then turn around and expend its own resources to defend a claim, whether it's a valid claim or a frivolous claim. In either of those circumstances, if you don't have a title policy as the owner of the property, you're still going to have to expend some resources to defend your claim, even if the claim itself is frivolous. So what the title policy is going to do is going to give that new homeowner the opportunity, or the right rather, to call up the title company and say, listen, someone is saying that they have an ownership right in my property because something was missed during the probate process, or there was a deed that was executed at some point in the past that wasn't properly executed or wasn't executed with the right notice. The buyer can then call the title company and say, someone is making a claim on my property, and then the underwriter or the title insurer's responsibility is to then come in and defend that claim or defend that right, assuming that that particular issue is covered under the policy that's been issued. And again, at closing, if the buyer is using a lender, what that means for us at the time of closing is that there's going to be two policies that are being issued. The owner's policy, which is protecting the new homeowner. The value of that policy is going to equal the sales price of the property. And then the lender's policy, which the buyer is going to pay for on behalf of the lender, and the policy amount, the protected amount, is going to be up to the loan amount that's being given to the buyer for the purchase of the loan. So in either of those circumstances, if a claim is made, the buyer and the lender are protected under the policy that's issued at the time of closing, so that they don't have to expend their own resources, and the underwriter would come in if there's ever a claim made on the property. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you next time.